Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's the beginning of March, so you all know what this video will contain. My finished pages for the past month. I did quite a few and I'm not going to lose any time because it's a very gloomy day. It's raining for days now. Only yesterday there was a bit of sun visible, but today is a disaster again. So before it gets too dark and I have to turn on my daylight lamp, which spoils a bit of the colors and the palettes that I've used, I'm just going to dive straight into the coloring books. So the first one I did was a picture from Fanta or Geomorphia. I'm not sure in which book it's situated or located, because this is a Polish version of Kirby's both books. So it's quite a thick one, and it's because the Fantamorphia and the Geomorphia is combined. But I have done this page, and I've used water media on this one combined with colored pencils. The background was Inktense, the castle, I believe, Pablo pencils, and then all of the, I think there were supposed to be rocks, but I made them crystals. I've used the Arteza watercolor pencils as a base because, and I don't even know if I have shaded extra. No, I don't think I have. Anyway, I was looking through all of my watercolored pencils and I really wanted some flashy colors for green and pink. And I found that the Arteza watercolor pencils had the most vibrant tones. I really like my Albrecht Dürers and the Super Soft pencils, but for the colors that I had in mind, the Arteza watercolors were more matching, so that's why I've used those. And I don't think I've shaded extra because I would have become crazy if I had to. I did go over some crystals with white Signo to brighten everything, and I have used some stickles, and I hope the camera will pick it up because I don't know where my torches are. Oh, it's a little bit visible here. So on the greens and the pinks, everything has some stickles. Now it's visible. Also some stickles here on those crystals and on the one that's flying. I've splattered some gold paint in the sky, as you can see. And the only part I'm not too happy with is my dragon. I had some other colors in mind, but oh well, it's okay. I like this page very much, and a dragon that isn't like I've imagined him isn't tearing down the whole picture. So very pleased with this one. Super proud that I tackled the Kirby page again, because I adore his artwork, but I get so scared sometimes, and yeah, I'm glad that I have done one in this book. So that was the first one. Second one, oh, that's supposed to be a whip. I'm going to skip this one. You will see it later on because I will be showing my current whips. The second and the third picture, I'm just going to combine them. I haven't colored them straight after each other, but it's in the same book, so I'm going to show you the page that we did together for the people that have followed my little coloring series. This swan, almost everything was done with watercolor pencils except for the crown, that's Prismacolor pencils. But everything else is Neocolor, Albrecht Dürer, gold paint, stickles, glossy accents, white Signo here and there for the little dots here in the blue. And I'm just going to lift it up so that you can see the glitter and the glossy accents. It gives it also a kind of a 3D dimension, So I adore this product. And here we have, and I'm going to smash my lamp if I'm not careful. So, and there's also some kind of Paul Rubens paint in this crown, so that's very bright and vivid. And I adore the fact that I have 2 other colored pages on the back. It's super nice to see a book coming alive, and yeah, I'm super happy that I had the courage to tackle a few pages in this book because I adore it so much. But now I have to find the courage to do this little lady. And the second page that I did this one before the swan, is the book page. And I have to think what I've used. I think Inktense for the pink on the inside, and for all the rest, I think Supra colors. Maybe with a touch of Arteza colored pencils on the body of this bug. But yeah, his wings are watercolor pencils, and I think I've used some, I did, iridescent medium on top. I will show straight in a minute what iridescent media is if you don't know it. Glitter gel pen for the inside of these flowers, and for the inside of this flower as well. Or that could, no, it's glitter gel pen. And I thought it was a nice idea to do a grayish flower and do some grayish inner things on the blue flowers and vice versa. And I really like how it came out. I love my pink leaves as well. And to show you what iridescent medium is, it's this bottle. Yeah, it has the selling ticket on it. It's a bottle with some shimmer substance. You have to shake it really well before applying, and then you can dilute it with water, but you can dilute it without watering it down, so pure out of the bottle. And that's what I did. I dipped some, at least I think I did, pure without water. Anyway, you can dip your pencil in, go over some things, and then you have a beautiful shimmer. So that's that. And for the people that don't know glossy accents, this is my bottle. I bought the big one instead of the small one because I knew I was going to use this one a lot. It's by Ranger. It's the same company that makes the stickles, and it's the same design for the bottles and the nozzle. So that were the 2 pages in Hannah Carlson, and I'm fighting with my glossy accents that I keep stored on his head to prevent clogging. So yeah, very happy with this one. Really like the color palette. So that was Soulmates by Hannah Carlson. Then I've colored some Disney pictures. I was in a Disney funk this month, or the past month, and this book is one of my favorite discount shop Action. And I've decided it was a new one, so it can count for Color Your Heart, but I forgot to tag Lovelia. I decided to color Pocahontas, and where is she? Oh, here she is. I've used for her skin, oh, I can't remember. No, I think maybe Colorsoft, I'm not sure anymore. Her clothing are budget-friendly pencils, also from Action. Same for this animal and the little hummingbird. And the soil here in the background is just some soft pastel by Mungio, and for the rays of light and little dots, I've used my electric eraser. I don't think I have put on some shimmer. Oh yes, I did some on her things here, but not that much. It's glitter gel pen. So, and a little bit of stickles here on her necklace. And I really like how she turned out completely. I love her skin tone, but I also love her clothing, done with budget-friendly pencils. Yeah, really enjoyed doing this one. So that was from my action coloring book. And then I grabbed another in the same series, and I did a body color with Heim Rainbow on Instagram, and Bulk Dark en Ciel, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, in French on YouTube. She did a video about the pages or the books that she wanted to color in 2020, and I saw a picture of Mulan and I was triggered, and so I've sent her a message via IG to ask if we could do a body color, and we did. So it was super nice. I love how her Mulan turned out. I had a bit of trouble with mine because I started my background with some paints here, but it turned out so ugly, and I only have this page or this picture once. In most of the action coloring books, there are some duplicates, or not in the same book. You always have individual pictures, but it can happen that, for instance, in the book that I've just shown, there's a double, like for instance this one. But this one from Mulan it's exclusive, so it's only in this book or in my copy. And yeah, I had to think of a solution because it was turning out as a disaster even before I started coloring her. And yeah, that's when I decided to grab my Kuretake paint and made some tweaks to simulate a cherry blossom. I couldn't think of the word. And I was quite happy with how that turned out, that idea. Not too fond of the colors that I've used on her dress, but I followed my Who's Who coloring, no, not a coloring book, information book about the Disney characters. And so I really like how this bottle turned out, or this water vase. And for some shimmer, I've put down some stickles in the cherry blossom. But it's a bit difficult to let it show up. It's just a tiny bit here and there. And some gold paint, of course. If I can use paints or gold paints, I grab my chance. And she's also colored, I think, with budget-friendly pencils. Maybe the Arteza ones, I'm not sure anymore. Her skirt is watercolor with a bit of pencil on top. And the background and the soil is soft pastel by Mungio again. So it's a very nice, very lovely body color. I will leave my friend's channel in the description box so that you can check out her channel. It's a French one, but she's does great colorings. I really like her misfit colorings. She's always triggering me to do a misfit page if I'm looking at her videos, so really check her out. The next one is from Sagor och Sagnar by Emily Lydehall Oberg, and I decided to do the troll page. Where are those? Yes. I wanted to do, I did this one quite a while ago, and I wanted to do the neighbor page. And so I did, and I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I've used Derwent Graphitint for a lot of stuff, for the leaves. I did put some pencil on top. This is Derwent Graphitint. The green border here is Graphitint. The figures themselves, or the trolls, are luminance pencils, and it's so sad, but if I have to color a skin, I can't enjoy those pencils because they are super scratchy. Every skin tone or every pencil that I consider being a skin tone is scratchy, and I can't understand that such an expensive brand, or yeah, that it is possible that you have such scratched pencils, or it's not pleasant at all. I love how they work when they are normal, but for the skin tones it's really a hassle. But yeah, anyway, I'm glad that they are looking quite okay. I'm considering this one as a woman. It's his mother, because I wanted to work with nail polish. It's just Paul Rubens paint, but I wanted to give her, because the nails were so, they were drawn, and so I thought, okay, this should be an old lady. So I colored in the hair with a very light gray or a very light blue, and went over the black lines with white signo. So, and she's wearing a pink warm coat next to her son. And yeah, so there's some Paul Rubens paint, there's some iridescent medium on the mountains, there's some glitter gel pen on all those dots here, some paints on the crowns. I hope I can show that as well. Yes, and some glitter gel pen. It was a super, and on her eyes she has some poppy eyes. I really had a lot of fun with this picture, and I'm happy with how everything turned out, and the color of my house. Yeah, it's yeah, I had a lot of fun. I love the result. I'm super happy with this one, except for my scratchy pencils. Then I did two in my new Disney Carré book, because it's very small size. And I saw a video by Leslie Collot. It's a French colorist, a fantastic lady, does fantastic colorings, and she showed how she did a watercolor background. And it looked awesome, and I wanted to try it as well with her technique. The only mistake that I've made was that I didn't have the patience to let everything dry up, and it became a bit of a disaster. And I accidentally painted the tail with some of the color. So I had to think of a solution, and that's why this lion, I don't know if it's Simba as a baby or I don't know, is colored in white tones, and I've decorated the page with some glittery accents. In the end, I'm very happy with how it turned out. It looks special, and it's, yeah, I like it. But the other side of this page was so soaked with paint. Leslie, or Lianna, she's called Lianna, didn't have any bleed-through on her page, but because I was so impatient and used quite a lot of water and paint, I had bleed-through from here to Tokyo, and yeah, I thought that I had to give up my page. But then someone suggested, I think it was Coloring F, suggested that I could cover all those stains and put a focus on one element. And that's what I did. I've colored, or I've hidden all of the stains, and I took, I don't know how it's called, something to draw a nice circles in iron. I don't have it with me here, but it's just a thing to draw a circle, and only do this part in colored pencil and do all the rest in watercolor and neo color. And after everything had dried up, I did use some iridescent medium to splatter around. I've used some gold and silver paint also, as you can see. And the pencils that I've used, not too sure anymore. It could have been the Arteza ones, but I had a lot of difficulties. You can see it a little bit here above his nose because of all of the stickles. So please, if you do, they have quite some, you can hear it, and it's also very thick layered. Please be careful when using stickles because coloring on top can be quite a hassle. I'm happy that the rest of his body turned out quite well. But it was a bit of trouble, I must say. But I'm really happy with the end result. My page is saved. So Francis, if you're watching, thank you again for your fantastic idea. I have 2 nice pages now. Yeah, very, very happy with how this turned out. And it's such a cute book. Everything cat or lion related. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I'm hoping to have a cat someday myself. So yeah, it will be a lot of fun to color in this one further. And then I've colored in this issue of Coloring Heaven Special. And I had to stop my video because I was seeing that I was over 20 minutes in and my camera stops after a certain time and chops off my voice. So, new start. I've colored in this issue of Halloween, of Coloring Heaven. It's a Halloween special. And the people from Deco Time Crafts, this is a brand that is sold in my favorite discount shop Action, and of which I have quite some materials and I really love them. They were so kind to send me quite a bit of new things, new colors for their water-based markers, together with some, how do you call it? I call them fake chameleon pens. They are alcohol-based markers with, when you put together their points, they grab each other's ink. And for instance, a brown one and a pink one, if you hold the brown against the pink and you start to write, the ink will be brown at the beginning and fade out into pink. So that's the type of products that they've sent me, together with some water-based markers. I was, wow, so impressed with their generosity, and they've contacted me via Instagram to tell me that they were following me and that they had something super new. It's still not in the stores here, as far as I know. I've checked last week. And if I wanted to try it out. And of course, I was super excited because I know that Deco Time is a fantastic brand. And I've asked them if there's a possibility that they will be selling their products in out of Europe or in other countries that don't have an Action, and so far they don't have any plans. So it's so, yeah, sad for the American, Canadian, and Australian and other people in the world and in Europe even to not be able to buy these things. And yeah, so I still haven't done a video about those products because a lot of my followers are American or Canadian or British even, and it's sad that I'm raving about something and that you can't get it. And I don't have an Action around my corner, so I can't, and then I will have to have, there's no web shop, so I couldn't even buy things for you guys and ship them because it's a hit or miss. If you're in a shop, you just have to have get lucky to find the material that you're looking for. So I want to do a video about them, but on the other hand, it's so sad, and I'm not sure what to do with it. So I'm super thankful for this company to send me those things. And it would be lovely for people in Germany and France to look at those stuff. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit, yeah, how do you call it, biased? Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to show what I've colored with them. So I've used those special markers with the points together on her hair and on his hair, and the watercolor markers on her dress. Now, it is stainy, but that's not because of the watercolor markers. It was because I was using a wrong brush. It didn't supply me enough water and it became streaky, etc., etc. But on the other hand, it's quite a special type of drawing, and the messiness matches how she and he, or the mask, is looking. So I wasn't too bothered about that. So I'm going to show you from close, because she has some stickles, of course. Look at that, and some glossy accent. And I really like her cute face. I've used the marker base. Don't know which pencils I've used on top of them. I think Prismacolors. I'm sure this is Prisma. No. It's Arteza pencils. And the hair, but the hair doesn't have any pencil on top. On the pink one, I did put some white pencil for a little bit of extra detail, but I really like the gradation that you get in the darker part and in the lighter parts. And I've drawn some bubbles, colored these with Prismacolor pencils that I'm sure of. And the background, the yellow background, is Albrecht Dürer. So I'm super happy with how it turned out. But let me know if you want to see the video about those markers, because I'm not sure. I don't want to hurt anyone or make someone to want those markers and not to be able to provide them to you, and the company either. So let me know what I have to do with that, okay? So the next one, I finally tackled this portrait book, inspired again by Leslie Colo, Lianna. She's a fantastic Disney colorist, and every time I see her pictures, I'm eager to color in a Disney book. And this one was a gift from last year from a lovely viewer, Janice, and I felt so guilty that I still hadn't had the courage to dive into this one. It's so beautiful, but I was so scared. I'm really scared to mess this one up, but finally I thought, I'm just jumping in and I will do my best. And then in the end, I'm super happy with how this one turned out. Her skin and her hoodie is alcohol based. Alcohol based, together with the candy here, with the ribbon in her hair. I'm going to lift this up because there's a lot to look at, shiny wise. There's some Paul Rubens paint on the stars. There's some glossy accent with some Paul Rubens paint on the white parts. Some Pablo pencils, I think, for the pink parts. A lot of glossy accent, and it's so nice to touch. On the candy, this page was screaming for glossy, for stickles. She has some glossy accents here in her hair too, and some glitter gel pen here and there. And I really like how she turned out. And I've used polychromos for everything. I really like those orange candies as well. Everything is polychromos. Didn't do a base on her hair, so that's pure pencil, but only the skin and the hoodie are marker based. All the rest is just pencil. I didn't know what to do with those big round things, so I just did them as the last detail in this page. But I like the color combination, and I didn't want to go too crazy with the background, so I left it quite plain, but the stars are shiny and a bit light pinkish. The camera isn't picking up the light pink color, but it's there. And I'm super happy that it's finally colored in. I finally had the courage to tackle this one. And it's dedicated to Lianna because she's my inspiration for coloring in this Disney figure. So thank you again, Lianna. And then I still was in a fairy tale mood, and I decided to color in a picture from Beauty and the Beast. I've watched the movie with Emma Watson and Luke Evans as Gaston. Oh, I adore this guy. He's such a cute badass in that movie. So I wanted to do a Beauty and the Beast picture, but not from Disney. So I decided to grab my Fabiana book, because it was ages ago that I colored in a book or a picture by her. And I decided to do a picture of Belle with her dad, and I wanted to give it an oldish look. So I tried a sepia photo. So yeah, it's supposed to be something out of the past that you are looking at. But past or not, there had to be stickles. And he has some glitter gel pen on his sleeve. It's not quite showing, but there's a bit of gel pen here and on this little round part as well. Her clothing, I'm not too sure anymore which pencils that I've used, but I did quite a lot of his clothing with Inktense. This is pencil, but I think it's Pablo. And then I've used some old gold looking paint. This is Holbein. The other red flowers are Marco Renoir, and the leaves here are Derwent Graphitint. And this, all the stuff here on the side is coffee. We have a machine with coffee pads. It's called Senseo, and we had some lying around, and I thought, okay, I'm going to use those to give my page an old look. I wanted to use some tea, but I didn't have used tea bag, and so I decided to use some coffee or a coffee pad. And I have a bit of a stain here, but I don't, and here as well, but I don't like this page that much, and I'm sure that if I ever want to color this one, I can cover the stain. And I did the coffee already on this page too. Not too sure if I'm going to color this in a sepia tone as well, because of although I really like the result, it's a bit boring to only be able to use some brownish tones. I'm sure it will look lovely beside each other, but I have to see. It's not for immediate, maybe within a few months that I think, okay, I'm going for that brownish tone again. So we will see. And here I don't have any bleed through. So, but it's not a page that I fancy doing either. So if it was, there wasn't a problem. And then as a last project, I finished a page that I started in October for Halloween. But this book is full of detail, and I couldn't motivate myself to color in this one continuously, so I did some parts here and there, and I finally finished my Exploding Pumpkin page, and it's this one. And I've used Pablo pencils, Derwent drawing pencils, glitter gel pen, glossy accents, stickles, which other? I think Albrecht Dürer pencils as well. The turtles also have quite a lot of stickles and glossy accents. Yeah, it was a really detailed picture, but I like the end result. There's some silver and gold paint. I like how this wolf turned out that I made look like a fox more. But yeah, it's a fantasy book, so my wolf can be red-haired. So yeah, very happy with this one. And I've written down, oops, I'm sorry, I've written down 11/19 because I thought I started in November, but it was October. I've looked it up in a notebook, and yeah. So that was the last really finished page. And now I'm going to show you my whips. And this one, I started with quite some motivation, but then I started to paint my cage in gold. It's this page, and I didn't like it. So I've started with coloring over that cage with polychromos pencils, with a black polychromos pencil to darken up the gold parts. Yeah, but I lost interest in darkening everything up. I will work on this from time to time, and I have quite an ugly stain here because of those. The key and the lock is also very ugly. I tried everything to make it look nice again. It was yeah, a hit and miss, and it was a miss. I really like how my bird turned out. He was colored with Holbein pencils, and he just is sinking in this cage. I'm hoping to save him if I have colored in everything with that black pencil, but he's just, yeah, he doesn't, he's hardly visible, I for my feeling. And I wasn't inspired either with a color for this animal, but I'm not giving this page up. I will, sooner or later, I will find the motivation and a solution for the color of his body and for this stain that I have to solve. I'm sure I will work something out, but not immediately. And then two pictures that I'm really currently working on. One is in Silhouettes by Disney, Hachette Heroes. I've seen quite a lot of beautiful finished pages, also from a French colorist. Yeah, I don't know how her name is spelled, or a channel name is Marine Coloriage. She does fantastic colorings. And also recently, KP Colors did a mini page in this book, and wow, it was amazing. And that's what motivated me to dive into this book. I just bought this one recently, so I only have it for a week or 2 weeks max. So KP, if you're watching, thank you again for your inspiration, or for, yeah, inspiring me. I'm working on a Winnie the Pooh picture. Still have quite a lot to do, although it's, yeah, it should be done fairly quickly, I hope. I've used Holbein pencils, I've used Colorsoft pencils, I've used some Pablo pencils for those splatters. I have used stickles already on the little bumblebee and the caterpillar. I still have to do their antennas, but and I've used the same colors for these birdies as I did for my bird in Sprookjesbos. And I will add some black glitter gel pen on their bodies too. It's yeah, I hope it will turn out okay. But I'm liking the color combination so far, so that's good. And then the other current picture is from the Forest Girl coloring book. It was quite a while ago that I colored in this one, and so it was about time to do one again. And I've chosen this page. I've seen this one colored in quite a lot, and I've used some. I have to think. I only did this one a few days ago. Oh yeah, I have some paints with blackish undertones. It's from Boku Undo. I've bought that set on AliExpress, but it's also available on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken. They were, but I'm not sure if they still are. And then on top, I've used some Kuretake shimmer paint in a green tone. I hope it will show up. Yeah, okay. And then on my flowers, which I have colored in with Holbein and Luminance, I did some glossy accents and of course some stickles already. And the little puppy dog is done with Luminance. Her skin is done with Luminance, with the scratchy ones. Again, I can't enjoy this set as much as I want to because of that problem. I know this set contains more than 70 colors, and the ones that I have, even my white one is scratchy. I have 4 or 5 scratchy pencils. They make my happy feeling with having the luminances go down. I try to feel the love for them if I'm using other colors, and yeah, I'm sorry I'm so negative or nagging about it, but it really bothers me. Especially also for that white pencil. It's my second or third pencil. I bought 2 open stock. Those were scratchy, and the one in this set is scratchy. And then I'm thinking, come on, do something about it. But okay, I'll try to be happy with all the other colors that are in the set. This book is also colored with the luminance pencils, and they work just fine. So I wish those others didn't have that problem, but yeah, it is what it is. So, but I'm happy with so far how this is turning out. She has some blushy cheeks. I still have to decide on the clothing for her dress. I'm not seeing it quite yet. I have changed my mind a few times already, so not sure how it will turn out eventually, but we will see. So, okay, now I'm going to say goodbye. Wishing you all happy coloring, stay healthy. Now with the corona or COVID-19 virus spreading around like crazy, I hope everyone is healthy, that your parents and friends and everyone that you love is healthy. So far, me and my family are healthy, so fingers crossed that we will be safe. And if we get a virus, that we will, we will be able to beat it and be back healthy again afterwards. So I wish you all a very lovely evening or noon or morning whenever you are seeing this, and I hope I will be seeing you soon for a next video. Take care everyone. Bye.